I'm here to explain why the discontinuation of the penny is evidence or proof that the Donald Trump economy has caused significant inflation. Contrary to his statements, things are cheaper. Well, it's just, I guess you would say, common sense or just self-evident when the reason to discontinue the penny is because now it costs more than ever to make it because of inflation, hyperinflation, super mega hyperinflation has caused the manufacture of the zinc penny to cost much more than a penny to make at 4 cents or 4 point something cents per penny. Now, I have several ideas as to alternatives to discontinuing the penny, such as bring in some of the most trusted uh, people in prison, the ones who have over time proven themselves worthy of something other than just sitting in a box. Put them to work at the U.S. Mint for low wages, uh, $1 an hour, something like that. I imagine people working in Washington, D.C. now at the U.S. Mint, or no, that's not where the U.S. Mint is. That would be Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, primarily Philadelphia and Denver. Those are two expensive cities. The wages those government employees there make are probably at least something like $35 an hour for the lowest positions. So there's one idea. Another idea would be to choose a different material. We can use recycled plastic. We can use, who knows, just something else. Maybe even uh, wood that has been treated a certain way, um, processed and then recomposed, like compressed wood, and have a glue in it that holds it together really well. All kinds of ideas um, like that. And now I'm going into another similar topic. Now, all of the above and what I'm about to say is exclusive to this video. This is probably the first time this has ever been said, but I have a opinion, a theory, and a mathematical explanation as to why the penny should not be discontinued, even if it costs multitude times more to make than what the face value is. So the face value of a penny is obviously 1 cent. But let's think a little bit more clear and deeper than our president is capable of doing on his own without somebody holding his hand and explaining it to him over and over and over many times until he finally might understand, but probably wouldn't because he's probably daydreaming about the Epstein files, um, worrying about that in his ballroom and all that kind of stuff. So, um, so in the middle of this video, I'm going to say if you want to support me running for high office, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave comments at minimum. And my mathematical equation that I'm going to get at is not complicated. Um, I guess if I were in office, we would call my idea of economical thinking Talaskonomics, I guess. So what's going on with the penny is the reason why it's worth it other than for historical reasons and because it's popular. People generally still want it. And also, in contradiction, it is a bit of a nuisance. I know, I understand, but the reason why it's a nuisance is because of the super massive hyperinflation that the current president is accelerating very fast. And so, what I'm getting at is the penny gets used a lot more than one time. So, for example, the tires on your vehicle, if you bought new tires just to drive your vehicle one time and it costs $400 to get the tires, then obviously that's not an economical, feasible situation, that one time use, because the tires cost more than what the trip is worth, since you can pay Uber something like $20 for the same thing. So therefore, don't get new tires every time you have to go for a ride. Well, the penny, that's not the best analogy, but I didn't sit around and think about this for hours, what the best analogy would be. But I'll get to the point now. Regarding the penny, it gets reused over and over and over and over in circulation multiple times. So that makes it worth, um, for the government to produce it, because it gets utilized in the economy uh, many, many times over and over and over and over and over and over. Um, so just like a lot of things are reusable, like a reusable um, bag that you use to go grocery shopping with, it may cost $1 to $5 initially, but if you only used it one time, that wouldn't be worth it. It's better to hand carry it out or whatever. But if you're going to keep on reusing it, then it's worth investing in, and that's what I feel like is the situation with the penny. I'm going to make another video of my experience in interviewing bank managers recently. Yesterday, the day before this video, I interviewed probably about a dozen bank managers and tellers about the situation of the penny, and I have all kinds of different feedback from them. But in summary, it looks like um, Trump selfishly or ignorantly canceled the penny way too quickly without giving advance notice to the financial industry, because from what I gathered talking to the managers, they have no training on how to handle this, how to deal with the penny shortages, how to, whether they should round up, round down, or give the customer an IOU or credit to the account, or what's going to happen. They don't know what to do and how to handle the situation. So what do you think? Does that make sense if something like a penny is going to be used over and over and over again? Um, it's worth it, but of course not. Don't make it out of a precious metal or semi-precious metal like copper, because then people just hoard it and they melt it down or whatever, and that's going to cost the government money to have to keep on remaking it. So the government shouldn't make it something that's excessively collectible, something that people wouldn't want to be hoarding. Because even the current pennies, you can, even the zinc ones, even like a year 2023 penny that is only worth face value normally, but now they're worth probably 2 cents, 2 to 3 cents due to the shortage. But with those, you can make art with it. You can um, you can glue them on the edge of picture frames and make flooring out of it. All kinds of things you can do with those, which I guess is good if they're going to be used, but a lot of people are just hoarding them, and so that's getting them out of circulation. They need to find some way to make it a product that lasts long and stays in circulation. What do you think about all this?